All right, so what it do? Welcome to another one for Al Cuerpo Boxing, to the body. So let's get with it. Let's talk some boxing. I just did a video on Naoya Inoue's performance, his fight right yesterday against Murojan Akhmadaliev from the Uzbek world. Amazing performance by Inoue. Go ahead and check out that video and what I say and what Inoue needs to move up to 126 already and get better challenges. All right. But in this video, let's focus on the undercard of Terrence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez event, right? Guys, what's up with Brandon the Cannon Adams, man? I mean, that look at this for me, and I said this before to other cats. For me, Brandon Adams was the MVP of the Canelo card. By far, man. In my opinion, his performance, his long range, extended body shots on Sergey Bohachuk, amazing work, amazing technique by Brandon Adams. I probably gave Bohachuk maybe 2 or 3 rounds in that fight at most. Guys, Brandon Adams, the same Brandon Adams, underrated Brandon Adams that Jamal Charlo, right? Jamal Charlo, sorry. He said, yo, what's up with Brandon Adams laughing his way throughout the whole conference and post-conference, right? This same confident Brandon Adams, who in the pressers had some wigs on, insinuating that he was old or whatever. Yo, Brandon Adams turned up. Amazing shot selection and technique by Brandon the Cannon Adams. So what does that even mean now? That win was so good. And by the way, it was a catchweight, if I'm not mistaken, right? At 156, something like that. Above 154, basically, is what I'm saying. That win over Bohachuk, man. I mean, that win was way better, was more impressive than Virgil Ortiz's performance on Bohachuk. Now, some might say, well, Bohachuk's performance against what was his name? Vicente Fox or Aslandi Fox, one of the Fox brothers, man. But in that performance, right, Bohachuk didn't even look that great as well. So one could imagine, man, if he wasn't doing a lot of firepower on that skinny Fox, man, what could he do against Brandon Adams? And Brandon Adams had a very tight guard, man. Very, very tight guard, man. I like it. Again, man, to me, Brandon Adams was the MVP. And so now, what's next? I'll tell you what's next, guys. By the way, I'm down for the Ortiz versus Lubin fight. It's going to be a great fight. But right now, guys, the guy, in my opinion, that should get a shot at a title would be Brandon Adams. Straight up. Just like top, it's debatable, top 5, top 6 maybe. I don't know. Let me know what do you guys think? What do you think you have Brandon Adams after this last performance against Bohachuk? By the way, for those of you that forgot, Brandon Adams knocked out Bohachuk in the first fight. How about that? Brandon Adams not only did better, well, it's debatable if he did better. I mean, I think he did better in this rematch because it looked way better technical skill-wise than the first fight. You know? For those of you that are fans of Brian Norman Jr., that young buck, if you're a fan of that, yo, check out Brandon Adams in this fight against Bohachuk. Bigger version. You know? Brandon Adams looked good, man. His physique was good, really good for that weight, or that catch weight of 156. Brandon Adams should, again, continue fighting at middleweight, right, as he did against Jamal Charlo. So I don't know. What is it? Maybe that Brandon Adams, he has better resistance than most guys at 154? I mean, considering this performance with Bohachuk, you guys tell me. All right? What am I saying, guys? I want to see Ortiz versus Brandon Adams. Brandon Adams, sorry. That's a good fight, man. Hell, man. Give me Brandon Adams versus, what's his name? Sebastian Fundora. Believe it or not. Right? Yo, guys, man. Those long-range jabs that Bohachuk was throwing, man, easy work for Brandon Adams, man. Easy work. Taking those jabs like nothing. So, how would that interpret to a fight with Fundora? Now that he's got that experience with long and tall long-armed guys, right? Brandon Adams. Give me the fight with Sebastian Fundora. I said it here first. Give me Fundora versus Brandon Adams. Once Fundora beats Keith Thurman, and by the way, shout out to Keith Thurman. Good luck in that fight. But Sebastian Fundora is no joke. In my opinion, you need more activity. Was that one cat in Australia that you beat? I mean, shout out for that win. And I'm glad the Aussies respected you and liked you, but Fundora right now is a different animal. So I want to see Brandon Adams. I want to see this fight or that style against a Fundora. Give me that. Or give me the Ortiz fight. Last but not least, the Bakram, right? Everybody's ducking Bakram. I believe even Turkey the Sheik said that himself. Guess what, guys? After this performance with Brandon Adams over Sergey Bohachuk, a performance in which Brandon Adams did better than most guys against Sergey Bohachuk, better than what Virgil Ortiz did against Bohachuk. By the way, that's not a knock on Virgil Ortiz. Just hear me out. This is to give credit to Brandon Adams' performance this weekend, which was great. It was stellar, man. Stellar. So I would like to see that style of Brandon Adams. Again, a Brandon Adams that withstood the power from a big Jermall Charlo. Give me a fight with Fundora. Give me a fight with Bakram. Give me a fight with who's the last man I'm missing? Or Virgil Ortiz against the winner of Ortiz versus Lubin. That's what I want to see, man. And I know you guys agree with me. Technique-wise, Brandon Adams is the dude. I forgot how old he is. He's probably, what, 34, 35? I don't know, man. Moving on, man. What's up with Stone Cold Steve Nelson? He unfortunately got stopped in the first round. I forgot what the guy's name, right? The Cubano. There's too much firepower, too much offensive firepower. I think, Stone Cold Steve Nelson was trying to play possum a bit, good poker facing, but, the ref shouted out, he shouted out, yo, show me something. You could hear it, and, it was stopped. It is what it is, right? And then last but not least, I guess I want to talk about Vargas versus Walsh, but I don't know. To me, from the eye test, Walsh looked way bigger than Vargas. But Vargas stood his ground for however long it lasted. I think the judges did get the scores right in that fight as well. I think Vargas didn't have enough pop. Didn't have enough pop to surprise the judges and win those rounds that he needed. So that was the Walsh fight. But now let's talk about the Mbili. Christian Mbizo versus Lester Martinez. Now that was another badass fight too. The best fights that I liked that night was the Mbili Martinez and Bohachuk versus Brandon Adams. In another video, I'll talk about the Canelo and Crawford thing. But right now, I'm just talking about the undercard, right? But again, guys, so I think this fight, I think it was a good call, by the way. It was a good call that it was a draw, but I had Lester Martinez edging it out by one round. That's how I saw it. I like the activity. I like the combinations that Mbili was, the volume that he was doing on Martinez. But Martinez could take that firepower and he would answer back. And of course, we saw Martinez with those badass uppercuts, right? A great fight, man. Hopefully, we get a rematch. We deserve a rematch. Hopefully, Turkey Al-Sheikh can acknowledge that. That way, Mbili can get another nice bag. Lester Martinez can get another nice bag. Hell, man, Brandon Adams now deserves another nice bag, right? So let me know what you guys think about my interpretation of the undercard. You want to see Brandon Adams with a shot for a belt? You think he deserved it? I think he does. Can he get it? I don't know. I don't know the politics of boxing right now on who's managing Brandon Adams or if Turkey Al-Sheikh's world, if they acknowledge it. Put it like this, guys. Put it like this. If Turkey Al-Sheikh didn't acknowledge the performance that Carlos Adamas did against Hamza Shiraz, right? If he didn't acknowledge that, what makes me think that he would consider Brandon Adams for a title shot against the other 154 guys? Or speaking of which, maybe we can get Brandon Adams versus Carlos Adames then. Give me that, right? Because we know Brandon Adams, He's not new to 160. How about that? Right, the WBC now with Carlos Adames. Maybe Brandon Adams should get another shot for that title as he did once upon a time with Jermall Charlo. You guys think about that? How about that? I just gave you guys a whole breakdown or what I want from a fight next for Brandon the Cannon Adams at 154. Or are we down for Brandon Adams now at 160? Right? Carlos Adames. Can Brandon Adams, does he have enough resistance and grit to maybe dethrone Erislandy Lara? Remember once upon a time Alfredo Angulo clipped Lara, right? Once or twice in that bout. I forgot which round it was, but if I recall right, he clipped him, man. At least once. I think Brandon Adams got the firepower to do the same too. Yo, Brandon Adams got really good angles with both sides of his hands, man. The power, you know? He can flick hook, easily in both hands. So who's the last guy? Janabek? Man. Oh, give me that fight too. Yo, Brandon the Cannon Adams, can he give Janabek a tough fight? Now, that's a hard fight for Brandon Adams. Heck, maybe even a hard fight for Janabek. Yo, Brandon Adams got some nice options. Yo, Brandon, have a voice, man. Tell Turkey what you want. You're an American. Stand up, represent, man. All right? So shout out to the undercard. And I'll catch you guys on the next one for Al Cuerpo Boxing to the Body. Peace.